2 mana, and that's going to put him at a negative. Nope. The Orzhov goes down. Your boss's name turned out not to be Narfi. Well, that's good news, because Narfi is the Betrayer King. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J. And tonight, we have a very special treat for you. Boros is back. Boros Aggro. But a whole new spin on Boros Aggro. A whole new take on Boros Aggro. Why? Because we're doing mechanical animals. Yes, we are. Kind of a holdover from Kamigawa, the one that I never really got to. Didn't really explore the artifacts one. Honestly, I'm not really an artifact fan. But I finally made it due to the constant insistence from a villain who just absolutely said I had to do it. They begged, they pleaded, they asked nicely. Big shout out to Muskrat, who absolutely asked for this deck pretty much in the comment section of like 5 different videos, and wanted me to work on a deck like this. And I said I'll take a look at it, and to my surprise, I found something that I liked in it. Heavily modified from what he suggested, but I kind of found an idea that I liked. So we're going to take a look at it today. What I finally came out with at the other side of this mechanical animals. But before we do that, speaking of animals, I need you to do something for me. Do you know what that is? Tenderly press that like button. Gently press that subscribe button. Or else, well guys, the like and subscribe will come and brutally maul you if you don't. Oh, he'll beat you. He'll give you a bruising, man. Look at that guy. Huh? Yeah, you gotta like, you gotta subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Join us on the stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all the live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to chat with you. You could check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. Yeah, we've got all of our deck builds, deck help there. You can check that out. And, of course, this deck and all the other ones that I built can be found down below on my AetherHubs. So you can check out my AetherHub in case you want to get a copy of this deck and all the other ones that I built. And, of course, if you want to help support the channel directly, you can, of course, join the villains today by hitting that join button. Get a bunch of cool prizes and rewards, including 6 free new Capenna packs. Or maybe help yourself to the merch store and check out a J Villain hat. Either way, you'll get 6 free new Capenna pre-release packs, and my heartfelt thanks, and you'll be helping support the content that you enjoy. So, what are we looking at here? Portable Hole, that's an early one. I've realized we're coming up to a lot of decks that there's a 2-drop that is dangerous. Whether it's Giada, whether it's that Enchantment Monk, whatever it is, we need to get rid of a lot of 2-drops. We're going to need a lot of early removal. Portable Hole fills in that gap very nicely, and it's an artifact which is going to trigger a lot of our key abilities here. So keep that in mind just for early removal. We are going to have other removal here as well, but Portable Hole is going to be key. Rabbit Battery, absolutely. If we're talking about mechanical animals, great album. But this is going to be key. Hasting is going to be key because there's so much removal. Not all of it is instant. And there's very rarely we're going to get instant board wipes. We're going to need to haste, guys. We're going to need to put that haste, being able to haste and 1/1 everybody, putting in that damage, putting in that power and toughness early on, and getting it across the board fast is going to be important. Also, what I really like about these reconfigured creatures is that when they do eventually hit that board wipe, the creatures just kind of fall off. So if you have a bunch of these animal creatures attached or reconfigured on somebody else, they can hit a board wipe as long as it's not a mass exile, as long as it's like, even if it's, you know, if it's a Doomscar, they clear their board, they clear my board, but guess what? anything that falls off, all the equipment that kind of falls off, is boom, it turns back into an animal and it's ready to go. So it's kind of a twofer right there. We kind of harder to clean us out, as it were, if we're running these kind of equipment animal things. Reinforced Ronin, we're going to go with 3 of these, especially since we have so many rabbit batteries. I also like this guy because he's resistant, again, to that removal. A 2 damage haster for 1 red, he bounces back. That's not a liability. I generally have 1 mana to spare, especially in the middle to late game, to keep throwing him out there. And of course, if we don't want him, we can always just channel him into a new card. No big deal. I'm not worried about it. I'm not really worried about it too much. And again, he's not on the board for any of those. You're gonna have to hit him with instant removal. You can't hit him with a sorcery removal. You can't hit him with a board wipe. He's gonna avoid a lot of different things, and he is an artifact creature. So again, he's gonna trigger the artifact abilities that we do have in this. Fateful Absence, simple removal. Now the other trick that I do like about this one specifically, you're saying, Jay, why this one? If somebody, I've oftentimes used this trick on myself. If somebody else is going to kill my creature, or they're going to board wipe me, or they're going to hit, even if they're going to hit, Farewell and mass exile everything, I'll hit my own creature with Fateful Absence just to get that clue token so that I can draw a card off of it. Might as well, right? It's kind of a Hail Mary pass. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but you do have that option with Fateful Absence. If you don't want to run that, you can run a burn there, a high level burn, or any kind of removal that you want. But this is really a mainstay kind of, mono white removal. Ingenious Smith doesn't see a lot of play, but I definitely like it. Now, this is an artificer, human artificer, Ingenious Smith here. When Ingenious Smith enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You reveal an artifact card from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. When one or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter in Ingenious Smith. This ability only triggers once each turn. So she grabs an artifact for you, which is useful, and then once a turn, she's going to gain a 1/1. So you're saying, well, that's not that great. Yeah, it's not that great, but guess what? She's a 1/1, and she only costs 1 and 1. I mean, for that cheap, she might as well start filling your hand with artifacts. She might as well start growing every single turn, because pretty much every single turn, you're going to be putting down an artifact. We have a crazy amount of artifacts. We're going to go over the stats for this. This is a artifact-heavy deck. And she can get dangerous. She'll get to the point where people aren't really watching her. They don't view her as a huge threat, and all of a sudden she's in play. All of a sudden she gets hit with a big spell, or gets a big attachment, and she's dangerous. For example, Michiko's. Yes, it's not just for Selesnya. We have this one because everyone forgets. Target creature gets +1/+1 to the end of turn for each artifact or enchantment. Yes, we're switching it around on everyone here. Normally everyone uses it for the enchantments. I'm using it for the artifacts for this one. So 2 turns, getting that artifact ability, absolutely crushing people if we have tons of artifacts on the board, if we're going wild with it. You get 2 turns pushing it, and then she gets +1 for each enchantment and or artifact we have. And of course, she does count as an enchantment as well, so she will be pushing it along and getting more and more powerful as it goes. And then, of course, Lizard Blades, probably one of the most inconspicuous, but 4 of them is called for here. Double Strike is deadly. Double Strike, unblocked, unable to be dealt with, will end the game. If you can't block like a 5/5 Double Strike, you're probably going to die. 1/1 and Double Strike, equipped creature has Double Strike, especially if I put something down with Rabbit Battery on it. The full equipment of Rabbit Battery and Double Strike is a 3/3. 3 mana, 2 red and 1. Actually 2 of any mana and 1 red. I can grab Rabbit Battery and Lizard Blades on anybody that drops, and all of a sudden they're +1/+1 haste and Double Strike. They're swinging in for a ridiculous amount of damage, and they're potentially very, very dangerous, especially if you're hitting with Michiko's as well. They can take down anything. They're going to need to trample across, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, don't worry. We're going to need, that's why we have some of these early removals, portable holes, and of course, Rip Apart to kind of get those other guys out of the way there. Rip Apart deals 3 damage to creature planeswalker, of course, very useful. And then, of course, destroy target artifact or enchantment, again, extremely useful in this meta right now. Destroying enchantments and destroying artifacts is going to be key. Celestus, out of there. Cat Car, out of there. Any other enchantment you want, out of there. Boom, rip it apart. Patchwork Automaton, the only, oddly enough, colorless artifact. I know we're running an artifact deck, but he's our only colorless one. This guy is dangerous. Why? Because of that ward. That ward protects this guy from, in the early game, so much. 2/2, 1, and he's a 2/2. He's a 2-drop, and he's a 1/1. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a 1/1 counter on Patchwork Automaton. What does that mean? That means that he absolutely gets crazy powerful into the middle and late game when we're dropping artifacts like crazy. Again, to hit him with removal in the early game is not easy because of that ward. Even simple stuff like Bloodchief's Thirst needs 3 mana, and then they're tapped out for that entire turn. That's their whole turn 3 is to hit them with Bloodchief's Thirst, and that kind of slows them down. That ward just locks out so much mana on them. In the late game, it really affects them if they're trying to play some other high-level removal. It just kind of locks out their options by not letting them play other spells if they're trying to get rid of it. And again, the amount of cheap artifacts that we can throw into play here. Reinforced Ronin that can keep bouncing again and again and again and again. Each turn be played over and over and over again and just pump up Ingenious Smith and Patchwork Automaton is extremely, extremely useful. So he will absolutely be a mainstay. He's going to be a workhorse and a fighter. Cloudsteel Kirin. This is a horse creature. It's kind of a unicorn horse. Another one of the animals, mechanical animals. 3/2, 1 white, and 2 flying. Equipped creature has, you can't lose the game and your opponent can't win the game. We don't use that much. Generally, people kill it very quickly because they don't like that. They don't like that it's basically a Platinum Angel. Very, very cool if you can equip it. A lot of people aren't aware of what that does. I like to put him on Patchwork Automaton and fly him across. And keep reattaching it to people in the late game. This guy becomes the bane of people's existence. When you can keep kind of just shuffling them around to different creatures, it becomes just kind of whack-a-mole of them not being able to win a game. So very dangerous. And another flying creature that can just push across, especially when you get Lizard Blades on him. And Rabbit Battery, and just push him across, flying, and do 4 damage twice across on the flying end. Very dangerous. Speaking of flying, Maul the Skyclaves, another great artifact to swing in. Just 2 of them, 2/2 flying and first strike. Again, throwing it down on Ingenious Smith on turn 3, all of a sudden Ingenious Smith is a 4/4 flying first strike. Maybe they're not set up for that, but even if they are, even if it's turn 3, even if they went first and their turn 3, they have Righteous Valkyrie out, you're going to smash that Righteous Valkyrie right in the head. You've all of a sudden got a very dangerous and building threat in the air to counter any other air threats they have. And then we were talking about trample. We have the Ironhoof Boar. Yes, another mechanical animal. Artifact creature boar, 1 red and 5. That is 6 for a 5/4 trample and haste. He's just a common. That might seem a little expensive, but guess what? He's a common. Then he has the ability of the channel. And he's basically this card. So if you don't want to craft him for whatever reason, he's basically the... what is that card called? I can never remember. Yeah, Stolen Vitality. This one is an instant, gives you 3/1 at the end of turn. If it's your turn, the creature gains trample. If it's not, it gains first strike. He basically always gives trample. Again, that bonus 3 that you can add whenever, if you have Lizard Blades or Maul the Skyclaves and you have first strike or double strike, can be very, very deadly for knocking somebody out immediately. Or conversely, when you get that extra 3 damage on Lizard Blades and you're trampling over and they've just put a chump blocker. I've won so many games like that. They said, well, I'm just going to block him. He's doing 8 damage. Well, I'll block with my 2. Guess what? Now I'm doing 11 damage. You block with your 2. I get 9 across. Boom, you're dead. So Ironhoof Boar, even as himself going in and hitting that damage is going to be impressive. With his just own trample and haste and his trample ability. 1 Cave of the Frost Dragon, 7 plains, 2 Den of the Bugbears, 5 mountains, 4 Needleverge Pathways, 2 Sundown Pathways, and 2 Roadside Reliquaries. Give you an additional little card draw if you have enchantments and artifacts. Thank you, Snow, for the bits. Thank you so much. So here we go right now. We're going to be 2.2 average, solidly in aggro territory here. Pretty even on the split. A little bit more white than red. 24 creatures, 4 artificers, but 10 equipments, and 24 artifacts altogether. Of course, lizards, rabbits, samurais, Kirins, boars, constructs, humans, all over the place there. 3 instants, 2 sorceries, 4 enchantments, 23 lands total. Again, 24 artifacts, all said and done. This is not an alchemy deck. It's a standard deck. Apologies for that. I don't know why it said that. It is a standard. I don't know why it won't change. There we go. So that's what that is. We're looking in the alternate view here. Why are we lagging so much? Let's do that. I don't know why the client is lagging so much. There we go. So that's all it is. And then 1, 2, and 3 is our only place here. And then Ironhoof Boar is really the 6, but it's really going to be at a 2. That's really what we're going to play it as, is for its trample ability at the end there. So we can really put it at a 2. That's why it's so aggro. In the late game, if you really need to bring it across, you can play it for its initial cost, but it's really going to be right there. Let's get into it, guys. Let's kill some angels. Let's crack some meta. Let's do it. Sorry I went for a long explanation on this one, guys. People have been saying they enjoy the long explanation. I hope you're watching through it. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into some ranked. All right. So, right now, I think the meta is unfortunately chilled to a nice, solid block. And I'm trying to kind of wedge something in here that it really doesn't want. Ulfveer went pretty good, 4-3 in a draft after going 0-2 to start. Oh, those are the best drafts, aren't they? Those sweat drafts where you're down to the wire, huh? Those are the good ones, huh? Damn it. Yeah, I'm going to need to buy a new cooling pad. Either that, it's the wire. I don't know what it is. Otherwise, someone said you look cute at work. Either he wants it or he wants to give it. He's trying to give or he's trying to get. I don't know which one. But some sort of D. I think he's probably looking for some sort of D exchange, most likely. Xylo. Ginny Faye, yeah, Ginny. You know, I gotta look into a Ginny Faye. I haven't really touched Ginny Faye yet. Okay, Youthful Valkyrie. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought we were gonna run into a particular situation here. So let's do this. Let's do this. No, let's hold on and throw the Ironhoof out there in case he goes for it. No one must know about you or he kills them. Uh-oh, that sounds bad. Alright, so we're going to hold on to the rest of this stuff because I think he's probably going to run a wipe. Either that or he's going to run a Starnhelm Unleashed. He's either going to run a wipe or an Unleashed. So there's Righteous. There's Righteous. I don't know how much he's going to be able to get here. My turn. Let's do a red. Let's do that. Samurai. Alright, let's do Rabbit battery. And let's keep pushing, man. Keep on trucking. Your family owns a church. Can you really own a church? Doesn't it really belong to the Lord? I think this guy knows he's effed. Okay, so that's gonna be... That's gonna do 5, 4. I would rather just go for the kill here. So that's gonna be 3. That's gonna be that. Let's just go for the kill here, guys. Buff, 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 buff. Yeah, let's just go for the win. Yeah, let's just go for the victory on that one, man. Let's try to stop being tricky, man. I'm trying to be too tricky lately, man. Let's just get the mechanical animals to do their work. Alright, here we go. Let's keep it going, boys. Mechanical animals beat angels. Okay, they deserve to die. So much empty today. Yeah, it's Monday, man. Monday is not a good day. I go first. And for some reason, my streams have been fluctuating real hard lately, too. Where did your friends go? Ooh, woo. It's still funny to me that you do that. Hey, there's Astral's Easy Effort. 20 months. Okay, 20 months, man. That's just too much. That's too much, man. What is he gonna grab here? Now it's a party. You're sick of Arcane Bombardment? Yeah, everyone is, man. Unfortunately, we have kind of a stale, like I was just saying, we got a kind of a stale meta. We kind of got a stale bread type of situation here. There's kind of the best stuff here. Not more arcane decks. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing bombardment decks, man. That's my guarantee to you. You know me, man. I don't do that. I don't do that meta stuff. You know, I do decks that are bad and don't work. That's my guarantee to you. I guarantee to you that my decks are bad and don't work and will never work. Okay? But god damn it, they're creative. That's the J-Villain guarantee. Exactly, they're original. They're original, bad. Okay? All right? That's what they are, and I'm proud of that, you know? My family has been a purveyor of bad Magic the Gathering decks for 150 years. Okay? You're gonna like the deck you play, yeah. What is it that the man said in the movie? He said, "My deck will show you something. It just might not be able. It might not be something you want to see." So you know that's kind of my policy. Ulfveer, man, that sums up everything that I just said in everything I believe in one little phrase there, man. I'll show you something with my meta decks, man. It just might not be something you want to see. Doof. Alright, let's reattach that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's rabbit battery it in. The menswear, you're going to like the deck. I guarantee it. He's going to use some sort of removal. He's going to take some damage there. Kerbango. Okay. Alright. Alright. Burning down the house. I'm gonna swing the burn down the house guys in. Excellent. Doof, doof, doof. Okay. Put down Roadside Reliquary. Cloudsteel Kirin. Patchwork Automaton gets... Got any advice on buying a house at your age? Yeah, be super really rich. Have tons and tons of money. I think that's probably your best bet there. It's probably your best bet, Xylo. Do you have tons and tons and tons of money? Because that'll definitely help. Good credit helps too. Also, wait for the housing market to collapse. That's also a good strategy. That's a good pro tip right there. Rich parents, you got rich parents, that'll help. Rich parents will help. So if you believe in reincarnation, you know, maybe try to roll the dice again. You know what I'm saying? That can't hurt. I mean, it's gonna hurt, but discard a card. I'm going to decline that. No, thank you. You has a paperclip. Decline. You has a paperclip and a glue stick. Well, that doesn't sound good. Alright. So let's do... Let's go face. In the Victorian era, they used to have things called penny sit-downs, where you used to be able to go to a big warehouse and sit down for a little while. And then they had two penny ropes, which you could lean on a rope while sitting down. And then they had 5 penny coffins, where they would let you lay down in a coffin and rest for a little bit. So, you know, What, 2 penny ropes? Yeah, does sound like a mob boss. Hey, look at that. We leveled up. Alright, let's open this pack up. 2 in a row, boys. Against 2 main meta decks, which is pretty good. We beat an Angels, and we beat a Rakdos Sacrifice. So not bad for mechanical animals. And there's a wild card right there. Okay. Out of the way. Very nice. MacGyver a house. Also, don't buy a house outside your means. A lot of people reach for a realistic advice. Realistic advice, don't buy a house outside your means. I know that seems like simple advice, but a lot of people are like, well, I really want a back garden and an office and a da-da-da, and what if I do this? And no, you don't need that, man. If it's just you, 2-bedroom townhouse, something simple, keep it easy, A lot of people bite off more than they can chew, and that's where they really fall into some trouble. Realistically, you got to think, how much space do you use? I know I don't use that much space. Like, I probably don't need more than a studio apartment. I'm a very frugal, simple kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need very much. Lizard blades. So I would never need like a giant mansion. I wouldn't even want a giant mansion. I would want a very nice small house in a nice location. I would not want a gigantic house in a different location. Like, I don't know. I that would not be my my thing. Let's kill this person here. Blast her. Twice a year, the twice what you make in a year, that's kind of gone out the window. I mean, that's hard, man. Like, the cheapest house where I live is $200,000. That's the bare minimum house. So you would need to be making $100,000 a year to follow that. So I mean, it depends, man. It really depends. You know. I'm gonna kill the shit out of this guy. Let's put that down. Let's do a freaking 10 points of damage there. Yeah, like, it depends where you are. Yeah, like I said, like the cheapest, really, and you're lucky if you get a 200,000 in my area for a 2-bedroom little, ranch style house. So, it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that you should do. Reconfigure to the Cloudkin. Let's go all in on this guy. Zodium. Silo has the sad backstory.
Do what I I demand.
Yeah, prices have just got, I mean, like I said, the housing market's just absolutely flared to a ridiculous, absurd level. Like, just absolutely ridiculous, like cartoonish levels. Like, okay, so let's put that down. So let's reconfigure. Let's put that on Michiko. And let's put down, let's do cancel. Wait, let's do that. Lieza the Forgotten Archangel is going to be an issue. You're going to be an issue, aren't you, Lieza the Forgotten Archangel? Yeah, you are. Who's going to be an issue? Yes, you are. Yes, you're going to be an issue. Hopefully we'll get a Ironhoof. 6% of an Ironhoof. And we can hit the crazy go nuts button.
Shake down the locals.
Let's drop that.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Ironhoof. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. So let's do... let's do a Lizard Blades with one of those. And let's get to chopping. Let's get to chopping, boys. Ready, boots? Start chopping. Hey, Country Fried. I saw that you were streaming for the first time on your new channel. Unfortunately, I missed it. I was wrapped up in something. I had a work emergency at around 9 o'clock tonight. And was working on that for a while. But I was excited to see it. Yeah, it's so funny. I have a lot of family in Michigan, and everyone in Michigan is smoking weed. It's so weird. And if they're not on weed, they're on edibles. Like, just...
My will cannot be denied.
Just like everybody's like... Everybody's doing it. It's really crazy.
Make quick work of you.
If I get an Ironhoof, I got a 7% chance of an Ironhoof. I'll win this. I'll win this game. If I get an Ironhoof, I will win 100%. So that's all I need is an Ironhoof. And that's not it. Let's try to draw for an Ironhoof. Let's push the Ronin out for an Ironhoof. And nope, that's not it. Let's push the Bugbear. And let's Fighting Love here. We had a 7% chance of an Ironhoof. Let's fighting love.
Subservience will be.
Hey, let's go.
Aren't I the generous one?
Yeah, that's gonna be 6. Discard a card.
Go ahead.
Submit.
Plead for mercy.
I gotta discard the card. Submit.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
That's the. Oh, got me there. Got me there, boys. Yeah, we needed that trample, man. I really rely on that trample, but we didn't get it. How many cards did we go through? 20 cards. That's not like it. It's not like it needed a pop. Here, it'll probably pop right here just to punish me, just to be a bastard. It'll punish me. No, it's the portable hole. Okay. Who can we put in the hole? We'll put this guy in the hole here. That's from the South Park anime episode. That's what that is. Protect my balls. Let's fighting love. He's got a Mardu Super Friends. Good for him, man. A little something different. Not that different. I mean, honestly, it's just kind of Mardu power cards, but whatever, bro. I mean, whatever floats your boat here. At least it's not the same goddamn thing. I mean, shit. At least we got that. And we had 2 good games earlier, so. Rusty Lasers, PS4 gamer. Numbskull, I didn't even notice you. Bishop. Primetime, Alien Conglomeration. Country Fried. Little Lilitif. Ulfir, Zodium, Sourdough. How you doing, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? We're feeling alright out there? Feeling good? In the neighborhood? Oof. Well, we do have a flex spot there. Keep. Alright, we do that. Rabbit battery. Defiled. Hit. Okay. Alright, he's going to do that. Alright, a little bit of a kill card right there. Fantastic. Going to Mythic with your Obscure Angels? Yeah, pretty much. If you're running Obscure Angels, that's how you're going to get to Mythic. That's your best bet. That'll get you there. If you run Obscure Angels, you'll get there. My Obscure Angels has like a 75% win rate. So it's pretty obvious that'll do the trick. Reconfigure. Let's do that. Let's do that. Alright. And Defiled is out of there. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but Mechanical Animals got him there. Yeah, if you put Valakut, man, if you started it, Valakut will really add some gas to your any landfall you bid. Because it gives you a ton of options for card draw and for a lot of other things. And it just throws fire, it just throws fire, and it will really, really, really push some. It'll push some damage and cards out the door. I used to run it in a mono red and also it enhanced all the red damage that went through, and I'd kill people just by playing mana. I'd throw mana down and have 2 Valakuts and put out like 6, 7, 8, 9 damage on just the muscle right there. Opponent goes first and I got no early plays. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to maul that one. That's a much better play. I hadn't seen that maul yet, man. I played a couple of games today. I haven't seen that maul. Oh. Cloudkin. I think I'm going to throw away the Maul because I feel like Ingenious Smith will give us something. We already have flying with Cloudkin. Alright, yeah, let's put Reinforced down quick. Yeah, if you're playing Historic Zodium, you can do Fiery Emancipation or Torbrand, anybody like that who will enhance red damage, and you will absolutely rip and tear until it is done. That will absolutely hit the crazy go nuts button on people, and especially if you're hitting multiple if you're hitting multiple landfalls a turn, especially if the Valkul's getting you multiple landfalls a turn, you will just start throwing crazy Valakut. Just fire. You will just be raining fire. Oh, he's gonna swing. Soaring Thought Thief's gonna swing. A little milled there. Alright. Ninjutsu, Moon Circuit Hacker, very cool. Can draw a card right there. Okay, so he's got a little bit of a ninja thing going on. So that's something, certainly something that's happening. Let's do that. So let's do this. No, he doesn't want to get in the hole. He doesn't want to get in the hole. Let go, ninja, go. Alright. Reinforced Ronin. Put him down. That. Cloudsteel Kirin. Okay, swing. Alright, what do we got here? He's going to block the rabbit battery and let the more damage go through. Smart move. Really smart move, man. Hey, what's up? Hey, thank you for coming by, Zodium. Nukes. Nukes is a machine. Man, once again, Numbskull's here. What's... Not that I'm complaining, it's just funny. Nukes, what's your take on Valakut exploration as the Lord of Cinder? How do you feel about Valakut exploration? Do you think it's viable? I like it personally. Acquisitions expert. You've never liked it? Wow, that's surprising. That's surprising. I'm honestly kind of shocked at that. Hit. Alright. Yeah, what's he gonna flash in here? Because I'm not gonna block it. What's he gonna flash in here? He like immediate non-conditional burn. He didn't flash anything in. Interesting. Hey, you like the Esper today? All right. Well, nobody else did. That's for damn sure. Nobody else did. The tiniest splash of Esper. Yeah, unfortunately, some of the best cards are triple colors. So if you're kind of trying to play, if you're trying to play trips, you kind of got to do something different. If you're trying to kind of play mono with a really power card from Capenna, you kind of got to do something different. Soaring Dot Thief, very nice. It's going to double block that. Very nice. Never play a triple color deck that isn't Martyr Knights. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to experiment with them, but I'm probably going to cut it back to 2. Luckily, they put a lot of flexi colors on some of the good ones, too. So that's good. They did put some flexi colors out. So, you know. Coming in for 3. I'm not entirely sure why. I think he might know he's dead here. I think he might know. There's Zareth the Trickster. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's going to Zareth me a little bit. Permanent that they control. So he could get Cloudsteel Kirin himself. Interesting. Interesting. He also runs the risk of me hitting a removal and killing him immediately. So, you know, there's that. So I could hit a removal, I could hit an Ironhoof. Let's see if I can get one of them. Let's draw a card, see if I can get something. Yep, I got it. I got it. Unless he's got the bounce. He got the bounce. He got the bounce. He got the bounce. He's good. I'd have played the bounce if you got the bounce. If you got the bounce, play the bounce. There it is. They always got the bounce, ladies and gentlemen. They always got the bounce. Ain't that something? Saved by the bounce. Saved by the bounce. He had it in his hand. He had it in his hand, ladies and gentlemen. Shuffler said, no, thank you, sir. He had the 1 mana bounce. Jay at your work walked out, 3rd shift. Why'd your entire 3rd shift walked out, Xylo? They're mean to people there, so why do you work there? Push. Because I've never made so much before. Okay. Alright. And there's a guy named Jay. Is that the guy that said certain things to you? Play some removal here. I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. He could. He's gonna hit the removal. Okay, we swing in. McRae. So we do this. We do this. Hit for 5. There we go. Let's make this a quick one. Let's make it a quick one, boys. Let's make it a quick one. We can hit for 11 next turn. You can hit for 2, okay. Alright. Then the Bugbear comes in tapped. No problems. Swing in. Alright. I'll do that. My turn. It's a patchwork. So let's do that. I think Ironhoof's going to finish him off right here, boys. I think Ironhoof's going to go in for the kill here. I don't know if he has anything that can affect patchwork. Or, I mean, Ironhoof. Let's see, he's got a kill card. He's got a deadly dispute. Gonna gain a little life. Draw some cards. 2 mana, and that's going to put him at a negative. Nope. The Orzhov goes down. Your boss's name turned out not to be Narfi. Well, that's good news, because Narfi is the Betrayer King. So I'm glad. He's an undead wizard. You don't want that. It's Miter the Dragon from Dark Souls 3, so that's Nidair. It's like Miter the Dragon from Dark Souls 3, so it's Nidair. Okay. Yeah, Narfi the Betrayer King is... You don't want Narfi the Betrayer King, man. He abandoned the warmth of life for the cold of death. You don't want that. Mechanical Animals, surprisingly effective. Now, this one goes out to Muskrat. Again, Muskrat gave me the idea. I heavily modified it. His was all over the place, to be perfectly honest. No offense, Muskrat, but it was just kind of scattered. It had like it was going in a million directions. I really just laser focused it like the Death Star beam and made it super aggro and very deadly. But I like the idea of using these mechanical animals. So we have boar, Kirins, lizards, rabbits, you know, and all kind of stuff like that. So, yeah, it's pretty fun, man. Artifact creatures, artifact Boros, a little different spin on Boros than we're used to. But fun, and beating angels and beating Rakdos, and I think that's the name of the game right now. If you can do that, I think you can just do about anything. So, until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye-bye. Word of the day is Muskrat Red. Bye.